Alright. Make sure this stuff is okay. We're all kosher. Oh, so we are going to play some more Metaphor. Oh wait, I need to turn off the other music. Right. Some more Metaphor. I did what I said I was going to do when I advanced story a bit. Have done things and other things.
Fancy a bit.
I guess I don't need that intel. Well, anyways, I've been getting our not social links leveled up and all that stuff. We got our second class for that. Things been going up and up. All good. I think I'll throw the Seeker on for right now. I'm just trying to focus on getting people up to level 20 before I swap them out, since it's more or less like, you know, job classes pretty much. What day is it? Blah, blah, blah. It's 21, right? Yeah, it's 21. Because I am obsessed with getting number go uppy. I'm probably going to try to be getting like 100% stuff. But because I'm doing 100% stuff, I'm using a guide to do it. I think I'll just link the guide that I'm using in my video.
Alright then.
Let's go.
Alright.
Didn't actually mean to do that.
Let's go.
Remembering how to play the game. I've been playing Dragon Quest and stuff so much. I just beat Dragon Quest V the other day.
Now, how did I wind up here?
Keep forgetting my buttons are different. So I need to get... her up to level 3. Yeah, she's level 2 right now. Okay.
Now then.
So the thing I like about this social link stuff is that there's like no mistakes for if you hit the wrong conversation line, you just get more Maggie. Except you can grind Maggie anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, this lady, she has a dog and she didn't want us to know about it. But now she's been having us take care of the dog for her. The dog seems to like us. That's a little puppy.
But
Is on you too, dog. A simple walk shouldn't be enough for you to let your guard down. You jealous or something?
Hold on.
intriguing.
You know, I could always test one of those igniters on you. Words are weapons. Try thinking before you speak. No. Marv.
Hopeless.
Ever since the first time I laid eyes on it. Was on the side of the road, buried from the neck down, head bleeding too, probably hit by a rock at some point. Could have just given up and died. But it looked into my eyes and whimpered. I hated the sight of it. You hated it?
in those days.
I was one to stray myself. My earliest memory is of fighting a dog over a scrap of meat covered in dirt and getting bitten for my trouble. Wherever I went, I found only hunger and violence. So I robbed and stole anything and everything. I fought and survived.
It's a living hell.
Really?
It's beyond words. Talking to a child about this. Hey, a child that's gonna be king.
Just a fantasy.
Just like that dog, I let my guard down like a fool. Never mind, figured I said anything. Understood.
Yes.
While we're on the subject, a word of advice.
Listen.
This world is a bottomless hell. A bog of endless muck. And if you trust another person to keep you afloat in it, you'll feel the sludge close over your head soon enough.
Don't ever forget that.
To survive, you need the strength to make your way through that muck. Nobody can do it for you. And indeed, nobody else should. You need your own strength, and I'd say that's well within your power.
Therefore,
You're very tsundere. In addition, I'd like to provide one other reward. Sure you're aware. There's a man in town tasked with exchanging mag obtained from hunting monsters and the like. I'll put in a word with them. So I'm more flexible with you, not just here in Grand Trad, but across the kingdom.
no pain can stop me now.
Proves the exchange rate. I wonder if I'll need that stuff.
Even then,
Shouldn't be the only one talking. You owe me some secrets of yours after all that. Just tried to kill Lewis, did he not? Then I mentioned you're aiming for the same thing.
you there.
What is your move, Oates? What are you aiming to do? To improve the country. I can't tell what you're thinking at all, but I'll expose your true nature eventually.
I'm off.
That's all for today. Come by again when you can. I'm sure the dog will be delighted to see you. What a heckin' doggo. Oh yeah, I forgot how much money I had.
It would seem the disaster was averted.
So I think until the 24th we have Force Story, is why I wanted to stream this part.
Right then. Today's Forden's big announcement.
Wonder what he's planning. I guess the church has to have some reaction to all that stuff the king said.
Whatever it is, Luis won't be able to just ignore it. This might be a day that goes down in history.
A country divided, it seems. Not that it wasn't in the first place. This guy again.
Ladies and gents, lend me your ears. Sanctifex Forden has spoken. The giant face in the sky, the massive rocks appearing throughout the land, and the mysterious voice claiming to be the past king. The Sanctus Church has officially recognized these happenings as the will of His Royal Majesty.
So it really is His Majesty!
And so, as His Majesty has decreed, whoever has gained the greatest trust of the people by the day of decision shall be our new king. This is a historic moment, good citizens. It's revolutionary. It's unprecedented. No matter who you are, you can take the throne.
Anyone?
Even me. If, and this is a big if, you are the person that all our people trust most in their hearts.
Maybe you could be king yourself, eh? You're popular enough.
Me in charge? Well, that's the last thing this country needs. Right, let's review what we know, shall we? First, the new faces that have appeared on the rock. It shows us who's foremost in the running. We've worked out that much. The top 3 of the lot are also shown in the sky. Suppose that way you can see their inspiring faces anytime, anywhere.
Hold on. How's us come
common folks supposed to stand a chance against all these upper crusters?
Say you do become popular. With your face clear for all to see, surely that'd make you a prime target for assassination.
Not quite, friend. Not quite. A valid concern, but one His Majesty prepared for. Popular aspirants, at least those who make it onto the rock, are protected by royal magic. Assassinations off the table.
That sucks. So yeah, that's why Gaius himself wasn't killed, because the people thought this other guy was a better ruler. They won the primary though.
Magic chains will spring to life and bind anyone who tries. I saw it happen with my own eyes to Count Luis's sorry assailant.
So, literally anyone could be king? Even a pauper? Or a slave? Or a criminal?
But hold on, you mean to say we might not be ruled by Clamar? What does that mean for us?
Right, I've said my piece. You know all I know. Now go forth, ladies and gents, and spread the word. Whether you're from our fair capital or the middle of nowhere, the crown's within your grasp. Anyone in the land could be our next king.
I heard the announcement. The church has chosen to recognize this face's words as crown sent and shall abide by them.
They conceded that one quickly. Though I suppose it's a hard thing to deny, what with the royal palace hanging up there in the clouds.
Had they rushed a coronation for His Eminence Forden, it would have dashed any hope of reinstating His Highness. A small comfort.
I can tell from your face there's some bad news too.
Do you recall those chains that froze Alsace in place? It seems that too was part of His Majesty's magic. Plainly, any candidates of sufficient favor cannot be deposed by force.
That's not good.
Not good.
No, 'tis not indeed. This marks Luis as nigh untouchable. I will still seek to find him. Yet, even should we stand before the man himself, we could not kill him.
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
No. If we can't kill him, then how do we break the curse?
What the hell was the king thinking? Grius was trying to save his son. He died for it.
Even so, without this magic, no aspirant would be safe from assassination, leaving Luis to dominate through sheer martial strength. We appear to be at an impasse.
Everyone, have you seen Maria?
Did something happen?
I checked her room and she isn't there. She wouldn't just leave without telling anyone. I couldn't deal with losing both of them.
I'll go look for her.
You will? Thank you. When I think of what might happen to her.
If she left her room on her own, she must have had some reason.
Let's go search for her. If we head into town, we might find some clues.
Weird winged girl. Anyone see weird winged girl? Got chicken wings on her back? No?
Where?
You're kidding.
No. Still worrying about it. Let's get on her snowboard.
Whatever.
Hey!
Ridiculous. Oh, I'm in it now. What's it now?
I don't really care. I'm gonna sneeze. Stop it. Don't do it. I did it.
Hey, mister!
Punish the bad tribes.
Hey, listen. Sorry to
Hey!
Half-blood? Is she half-blood because she's mixed with the two races?
I'm out of ideas. Just can't believe it's true.
That's enough now.
I don't know what race the old guy was. What race was he supposed to be?
This is all right. How did I wind up here? Hello there.
They all know she's a half-blood just looking at her? Is it because her wings aren't, like, bigger?
Huh? Why?
Everyone was worried about you.
Sorry.
Oh, wait. Are her ears supposed to be dog ears? And then the wings are from the other guy? Like Gaius had the wings and the dog ears are from the woman? I don't know if that was actually her mom or not. Not sure still. They weren't really clear on that.
Come home,
Unless I just overlooked that.
and I always come here whenever I'm feeling lonely. One time he came here to get me. I remember because he called my name. But I pray, and he still doesn't come back. Maybe because the cathedral is broken?
No, it's because he's dead.
Maria.
Miss Fabienne says Papa can't come home anymore. But I know Papa's gone away. He's gone somewhere I'll never see him again. Hasn't he? It's going to be so lonely.
I feel like I've heard this voice actress before.
The loneliest it's ever been. But I have to be strong, don't I? But if it gets any lonelier, I don't know if I can do it.
I'm sorry. I promised we'd all come back together.
Why does everyone always leave? Mum was sick. The king and prince are gone. And now Papa? Why does everyone always leave?
So does she have a different mom?
Is it my fault? I really did my best to be a good girl, but...
I mean, it is our fault. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe, catch a tiger by... I feel like none of these are very good options.
It's our fault.
What? How? You?
Listen to me, all right? Your father, he was fighting a very bad man. We were with him, but we couldn't protect him. I'm sorry.
I remember Papa saying something like that. He said, a really bad man might be our king. Is that part of it?
Well,
It'll work out somehow. I'm sure of it.
I hope the next king is as nice as you. Then maybe things won't always be so sad.
my ideal world. People can believe in their future. Their birth doesn't matter. Prince told me that once.
I think I understand the king's intentions now. Maybe this is the sort of tragedy he was trying to end. Maybe he wanted a world where the crown goes to one who acts like a king ought to. Not whoever's willing to spill the most blood to do it.
You may be right, but much as we wish it, this is not a fight that might be ended through words alone.
Even so, we have to try.
What, are we gonna try to talk to Lewis?
Maria, you're safe. Oh, you had me worried sick.
I don't know, they have similar eye color. Are you the person's sister?
Sorry for leaving on my own.
I probably didn't pay enough attention to the context.
Oh, it's all right.
Miss Fabienne, I'm hungry.
Maria. Yes, that's right. Let's all sit down for some supper together.
No, they're obviously not mother and child, 'cause she's calling her Miss.
Thank you for finding her.
I think they said the mom got sick and died before, and I'm just not recalling it since I played all of Dragon Quest V the other day. Storyline not retaining.
Looks like she's worked things out.
She's a strong girl.
But we've more troubles ahead. How now do we resolve this curse upon His Highness?
If Luis is the curse's caster, we've got to kill him to dispel it. So how do we do that if he's shielded by the king himself?
I wish I could report back, but the prince is still asleep, and we're losing time. I don't think going back to the village is an option.
We cannot lose faith yet. There must be some further course we can pursue.
Well, there's the church's announcement. I expect they're trying to stop a wave of rival candidates from flooding the standings. I doubt the church would accept this popularity contest if they didn't already have a plan to game it.
True enough. I can only wonder at their aims. For today, we should content ourselves with rest and recovery.
Yay, rest and recovery. Bro moment.
Sorry, did I wake you? Laying here, I always end up caught in my own thoughts. Grius and Maria. The prince. Just thinking in circles again. Not good, is it?
I'm not awake enough. Let's think about it together.
Let's think about it together.
Keeping me company, are you? You really are a strange one. My kind of strange, if I'm honest. That book, is that the novel you're always carrying around? Feels like months ago now that I spotted you buried in it on the carriage ride to the fort.
Want to read it?
If you don't mind, since we finally some room to breathe. Oh, interesting. It's written through the lens of a fictional land. This bit's about the Utopia's security. In this world, there is no blood-stained contest for sovereignty. The people choose their sovereign from among themselves. One cannot put a sovereign to the sword to seize power. Such an act would be met with scorn and judged as murder. Taking power or wealth by force is seen as the most shameful of transgressions. Couldn't be further from reality, could it? We've a kingslayer on the brink of seizing the throne right now. And this idea of competing for public support. Here it sounds so commonplace, but the idea's thrown us all into chaos. Interesting. Perhaps I'm overthinking, but it sounds almost like the aim of the king's magic. You suppose there's some common inspiration? Still, I don't imagine this would turn out well in the real world. In public opinion, tribal perspective always divides us. Besides, does a decision made by the people guarantee it's right? Tribal squabbles aren't always political. Take us Clamars, for example. It can be hard for us to see outside the bubble of our own worldview. We're the majority, and the tribe of the royal bloodline besides. That privilege can make us insensitive. A problem with no easy solution, I fear. Lofty words. I can hardly come to terms with my own ideals. Still, the discussions helped clear my head a little. I've been so fixated on killing Luis, but maybe we could look into whether that's really the only way to lift the curse. Sleep should come easier now. I think I'll give it another chance. Wait, how long have you been asleep?
Read me a bedtime story.
And the age of a new king draws nearer.
Read me a bedtime story. Arbor.
Ladies and gents, have you heard the news? The curtain's about to rise on the show of a lifetime. To choose our new ruler, we're going to give all of you a chance to take center stage in a show of power for the whole kingdom. And we call it the Tournament for the Throne. Our aspirants will set out on a grand tour of the 3 allied nations' capitals, taking part in a variety of exciting trials. First, we have the Exhibition of the Brave. Slay a monster plaguing our fair people and bring its head to Oceania's capital in time. Biggest find takes the win. Official word is, this event's open to all. So what do you think, ladies and gents? Are you in it to watch, or in it to win?
Stroll? Why call us so early in the morning? What is that journal?
I had Fabienne bring it up. Something occurred to me, so I asked her to go through Grius' personal effects.
Hey, looks like he was investigating the curse too.
There's a note here. Given the spell's complexity, it must have required a scribed formula.
You mean to suggest Luis possesses a written composition of the curse somewhere? And if we can find that...
Yes! I'd wager, even if we can't kill Luis, we might still have a shot at breaking the curse.
Mm-hmm.
But that attack took place years ago, didn't it? This curse's formula could be lost for good.
We have little choice but to hope it's not. I'm not saying it will be easy, and the real trick will be finding it. We wouldn't leave it unprotected.
That reminds me. A crier for the church was handing these out.
Mm-hmm.
A flyer for the Tournament for the Throne. This popularity contest is state-sponsored now. An interesting gamble for those politicians. I like the bit about all this being in the interest of fairness, those weasels. But saying it's being organized by the state. The throne's empty. This smells like the theocracy at work. Probably Forden himself.
You think Forden's looking to fix the competition in his favor? He's been in first place this whole time.
In the interest of fairness, remember? If he wins a fair race, he gets legitimized, and Luis gets put on the back foot.
That bodes ill. Those with existing support could easily solidify their claim. Even should His Highness wake, he may lose the throne.
If we don't hurry and find a way to get close to Luis, we're sunk. What are we supposed to do?
I'm gonna outcast this city. I think that gives us an advantage here.
Let's enter this tournament for the throne.
Huh? Hey, were you even listening to us? Besides, the prince isn't exactly in a position to take part in...
Wait. It sounds crazy, but I think he might be onto something there. This could be just the excuse we need to get close to Luis. He doesn't care about your tribe so long as you prove capable, yes? That's what Zorba was saying. Which means, even though the world looks down on you as an elder, having the power to kill humans puts you in his good graces.
You're going to make him a candidate for the throne?
If all we need to do is get Luis's attention, then that's sure to get the job done. If we're lucky, he might even try to recruit us.
I see. An undercover operation, is it? Quite a gambit, but it may well be our best chance at finding this formula.
I think we all know how this is gonna go.
Just hold on a second. Getting Luis's attention is all well and good. But remember who's actually risking their life here.
These ranks will be dangerous. If I'm found out, I'll be good as
What
dead.
do you think? Having heard all this, do you want to enter the running?
It's fate. Mysterious.
No point fighting my fate.
Your courage is admirable.
Right. In my ideal world, people can believe in their future. Their birth doesn't matter. No matter who someone is, they deserve a fair country. If it's to help achieve that, I will stand for the prince as a candidate for the throne.
Sheesh. So much for being a guide. Now you're the one leading me around.
Your resolve has marked you a fine fit for the role. I have trusted you with my life before, and would gladly do so again.
Okay. Well, we got resolve.
Good heavens. Haven't you put yourself in enough danger? Listen to me. I don't want you going down the same path he did. Are you really this set on running off again?
Yes.
I've got a job to do.
Oh, familiar words. I'll be cheering for you in this mess of a competition. Truth be told, I wish I could do more than feed and shelter you.
What's the competition?
It's a big grand race to see who will be the next king. The whole country will be watching.
So you're going to try and become king? Wow! Then I'll cheer for you as loud as I can.
You have your first advocate, it seems.
Suppose you'll have to actually try for the throne now, eh? Your Majesty.
That's
That
the
was
plan.
from the start.
That's the spirit.
Well, if we want Luis to notice you, we'll have to make quite a stir among the people. Maybe reaching for the throne will do it.
Does that mean you're not coming back?
No, we'll be back. Although we might be a while.
I don't like when it gets lonely.
Maria.
But I'll be cheering for you. I hope you win the race. You'd be a good king.
We'll see each other again.
You better not forget.
We will meet again.
Now, we'd best get registration out of the way, but we'll need some legs for the journey. It's mostly lawless wastes between cities.
Judging by this specified deadline, we're unlikely to reach the Principality of Oceana's capital in time on foot.
I bet all these fancy nobles have their own gauntlet runners to ride in.
A carriage might save our chances, if we could find one. Perhaps we split up for now. I'll leave you two to the registration. They should be taking entrance at the recruitment center.
Is he gonna sign up too, or are we just gonna sign up?
Excuse us, we're looking to join the tournament for the throne.
Aye? Bit young, ain't ya? And who's the kid? He with you?
I'm the one entering.
You? Really?
I've not heard of any age restrictions. There a problem?
Well, I'd not have thought it, but you're an elder, ain't ya? And you want to be king. The novelty of it might win you some looks.
Could you just do your job, please? Can he register or not?
Ah, an elder. Now that I think of it, weren't you in that pack of recruits that went off to the northern fort? Thought I heard they were all wiped out. What? We got a deserter turning up?
No, they said he'd just dragged the company down, so they left him at the capital. He, got on the captain's bad side.
Could swear I've seen you before, too. Well, hardly matters with no captain to verify it with. Go on, then. You can represent the lesser tribes so nobody complains.
Whew. That was a close one.
What did you say?
And, obviously, you're gonna need a carriage. Otherwise, the whole thing's off for you. You're obligated to attend the opening ceremony tomorrow. It'll be at the plaza at the Grand Cathedral. Don't be late.
I hope Hulkenberg can find us a carriage.
As for us, I expect we should see about finding a monster to slay. If it's not impressive enough, Luis won't look twice at you.
Some postings over there. They should be offering bounties on monsters the guard can't handle. Let's take a look.
Let's kill that guy.
Looks like everyone else had the same idea.
One of these bounties is bound to make me stand out. But which? Bigger is probably better.
Hang on. There's nothing but small-time contracts.
Are you lot here for this tournament then? Bit slow, I'm afraid. Most of my worthiest monster bills have already been snapped up by other competitors.
How about requests on anything aside from monsters? Bounties include criminals too, right?
I suppose I've got one of those, yeah.
Let's see. Ugh, he's horrible. Heisme. A villainous kidnapper. Looks like the army's been trying to catch him for a while.
This might just be perfect.
Whoa. Do you have any idea who that is?
That man's an elite. An ex-royal knight, they say. He'd make short work of a scrawny little urchin. You can be sure of that.
Is this one of Luis's men?
Besides, didn't you hear what it is they're actually looking for?
Oh, of course. It's about whoever can bring in the biggest monster head, right?
If you imbeciles can't even get that straight, you've no chance of winning. They want kingly types, not children play acting.
Thanks for randomly introducing yourself.
Is that the kind of competition we can expect?
He was right about the rules, though. What are you thinking?
Don't worry, I know what I'm doing.
We're supposed to get a monster's head. So why are you going for a criminal? Any idea what he's up to?
Maybe he just wants to stop the criminal's evil deeds.
We've got more important things to worry about.
Don't worry, I'll explain everything later.
As long as you can convince Hulkenberg, I guess.
Ho there! Are you really taking the bounty on Haisme? You three must be heaven sent. Please, would you listen to our plight? Your pardon, gentlemen. I'm Barton, a guard captain for Matira, a town to the south. The bounty on Haisme is up at my behest.
A guard captain? This fellow's made some powerful enemies.
We can't afford lenience. On top of his past crimes, Haisme has stooped to abducting our wee ones. Our children. Selling them off, some say.
I mean, I would think stopping a criminal would help you become more popular easier.
If our city becomes known for nightly disappearances, what sane resident would stay? Community and trade will dwindle and die.
But he's just a lone kidnapper, right? Even if he's some infamous criminal, why can't the guard handle it?
That's the trouble. He makes his hideout somewhere too dangerous for our soldiers to tread. Deep in the territory of vicious giant worms. We've no idea how he manages to operate out there without getting devoured himself.
I see. Tricky problem indeed.
I'd no choice but to swallow my pride and post a bounty. Yet no matter how many times I renew the bill, none have taken it. A pitiful sight, isn't it? A soldier who can't protect his home, whether by strength or by surrender. Laugh if you must.
We would never laugh at such a plight.
You only cast away your honor in the name of protection. Nothing pitiful in that. Swallow your pride no more, man. We'll take your contract.
Thanks to you. That you'd accept such a perilous request, even with this tournament looming over everything. Closure. Thank you all, and thank God for bringing you to me. In that case, we shall meet in Matira, the old castle town. Please, make haste.
Well, no backing out of this now. You sure this is what we want?
Way I see it, if we want to make a big impact this late, it's going to take some creativity. Besides, this is apparently a knight-turned-kidnapper. The man can't be allowed to go on. What would His Royal Highness do in our place?
I guess that's fair.
I'll convince Hulkenberg. Somehow. You go on and accept the contract.
Look at that.
No, thank you.
Hey!
Thanks, random person.
Let's focus.
Let's call it.
24th is when we get free reign again.
Registration issues, I trust?
Apparently.
No, indeed. And we found ourselves a perfect target.
Fine work.
Stroll.
See? She's convinced. Nothing to worry about. Don't worry about it. I'll prepare a map of the surrounding areas as well. But never mind that. Have you found us a kingly carriage?
Well, I have made some arrangements. How best to put it? The vessel itself is without peer. Supposedly, it will come to us on the day of the opening ceremony.
You don't sound too sure about that.
Oh, no, I'm certain. All I mean to say is, well, you shall soon see for yourself.
Right.
Well, under the circumstances, I'll take what we can get. And setting that up in a day. Not so bad having a knight on our side.
You needn't speak so. In truth, I've just resigned from the knight's order. Though 'tis only my bond of service I relinquish, not my title. We will shortly be seeking Luis's esteem. Should it come to light that I am a knight in active service, it may jeopardize our efforts.
Still, you didn't hesitate to leave. I can tell you're serious about this.
It was not an abrupt parting. I've come to doubt the order since returning to find them serving the Santifex and not the royals. Those who refused the church's rule were cast out for their defiance. I only hope those fallen knights found useful employ elsewhere.
Ah, tale as old as time. Church trying to take over everything. Make the discrimination even worse.
Sounds like you've been through a lot too.
Well, in any case, we can focus on our bounty contract now. Let's make sure we get some proper rest tonight. Let's rest.
All right then.
Let me just make sure. Nothing but story. Okay, next story part is the 26th, but on the 24th we'll have some things we'll need to do. But today we don't need to worry about that.
Now then.
Good night.
Don't really have any reason to loiter around. I assume that was probably just like you can go buy items or etc. It's like, I don't really care. No. Are we gonna get her for free? Or no?
Want to read some more?
Not today. You're all leaving tomorrow, right? I'll be cheering for you. So I just... Oh no. I promised Miss Fabian I wouldn't cry.
It's all right. I won't tell her.
Papa was trying to stop a bad man, you said. And that's what you're all doing too, isn't it?
Yes.
Please come back home safe. I'll be waiting here as long as it takes.
It's a promise.
All right. Promise? The next time I see you again. Can you tell me more about the outside world?
This one's important.
We're just waiting for us to return home and regale her with tales of the strange distant places we visit.
I never got a chance to say this to Papa. So, thank you. I'll go to bed now.
Captain, may I have a moment?
Good night.
I was hoping for a chance to speak before we set out. Since our meeting, I've done nothing but impose on you. Now, you risk your very life for this cause. 'Tis no easy burden. It pains me to see. When I think of how this may yet save His Highness, I lose sight of all else. Such disregard ill becomes me.
You're truly devoted to him.
You truly are devoted to him, aren't you?
I suppose I am at that. A guiding oath of 12 years is not easily cast aside. But that book, we met once before, on a carriage bound for the capital. Do you recall?
He got me thrown out.
Now that you mention it, I do.
My apologies. I thought only to minimize casualties one way or another. So, 'tis a novel envisioning an ideal world. Curious to see a utopian novel these days. I'd thought them long since banned. Ah, you needn't worry. I've no intention of taking it from you. I've sometimes wondered why such books were forbidden. Rumors say the Sanctists objected to their contents.
It's because they talk about the tribes being together.
Yet I wonder, how could a simple book have possibly stung them so? Do you mind if I read a passage or two? So, it is a fiction written as if a personal account. This chapter seems to concern the system by which the nation's leader is decided. In this country, one cannot become even a statesman, much less sovereign, without the consent of the people. Those who aspire to statecraft must first solemnly swear before the people what they will do in service of their country.
Ah, that'd be nice.
Should they earn title but break their word, they are denounced and stripped of power. Such is the authority of the people.
Yeah, that'd be really nice.
In this way, it is the people who are the land's true king. Quite the opposite of our own country. Now I see why our upper echelons would abolish such texts. Had our lands embraced such accountability, perhaps His Royal Highness would not have suffered such a fate. No. As a knight, it's not my place to say. I must clear my head of these fantasies. In the end, clinging to a dream will do me no good. Oh, I suppose 'tis not so bad to dream now and then. It takes power to walk the path of our dearest hopes. Perhaps that is the purpose of this newfound strength. My dearest dream. 'Tis to save His Highness, even at the cost of my life. Nothing more.
Yeah, everyone's getting a glimpse at the book, huh? Excuse me. What do we have to deal with this time?
Lady Juna!
Lady Juna. She doesn't have horns. Okay. So nationalistic? Was that like their anthem? Yours didn't seem as pointy as the other girls though, so... What race is she?
Even I'm feeling the heat. Well, I suppose it's time to fan the flames. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome one and all to the inauguration of the Tournament for the Throne! For the first time, the crown is anyone's to claim, as long as the aspirants can complete 3 grueling challenges.
Wow, a Sanctus Crier! He's perfect for this!
Let's discuss the venues.
Really?
We kick off in the west, in the Pearl of the Coast, the Principality of Oceania's harbour city capital, Port Brilehaven. There, they face their first challenge, the exhibition of the brave. Each contender must bring back the head of a monster, a mark of their prowess and courage. Next, our would-be monarchs head east. Upon the misty peaks, we arrive in the Principality of Montario's beautiful city of faith, Altaberry Heights. And finally, our heroes make their well-deserved return home to Grand Trad. But first, let's do introductions. It's time to meet those risking their lives for the crown. Closest to the throne, I know him, you know him. It's Sanctism's one and only 78th Sanctifex, His Eminence, Forden!
Victory to Sanctifex Forden!
I claim no great ambition, nor any heated calls to action. All I wish is to restore order for our people and to safeguard our land from the threats beyond. This chaos we face is but one of God's many trials. Let us restore our kingdom's glory together!
Yeah, brother. Make the kingdom great again.
We come next to His Eminence's champion, the very spear in his hand, the warrior monk captain of the Crown Theocracy, Master Giddo.
I come before you only in loyal service of His Eminence. I relinquish the throne to him gladly. But those who would seize the crown by force, I will teach you to fear God and to fear me!
So much for this being a fair competition. How many horses do the Sanctus have in this race? Still, it's not over by far. The Luis supporters won't take this lying down.
What cowardice, crier! Where's Count Louise?
All right, settle down. At this time, I can report that Count Luis has not applied to enter the tournament.
What? He's not even entering?
Then what becomes of us? Our entire purpose in this race was to get closer to him.
Don't worry. He's definitely paying attention. He's only in second as it is, so we can't afford to ignore this whole production. Sit tight. I'm sure he'll make a move soon.
All right, all right. For those Count Luis supporters, you might want to meet our next entrant. A rising socialite, a man of ambition, godless and fearless, the brash young warrior serving Count Luis, Gladel, the Black Hound.
Him? So he was one of Luis's men.
The fallen king embraced Sanctism and all its holy tenets, and for what? He was nothing before Lord Luis. Look to the sky all you wish. No god can save you! What our country needs is power!
What did I say? I can't hear.
Well, it's not
We don't have microphones.
But let's get on with the introductions. The great liberal merchant, it's Roger Ward. By war, by conquest, by right, it's Rudolph Kraus. In it more for the gauntlet runners than the throne, it's Lena Caden. Sure to be popular by pledging free drinks for life, it's Loveless O'Shea. Uplifting the beautiful and deposing the hideous, it's Milo Maurizio.
Wow. If we lose this, I think the country has some even bigger problems.
Now, I do believe we have one final candidate. Do we have an Elden boy present? Come on, let's see a face.
What? An elder? Disgraceful. Is this the only way you could think to distinguish yourself?
By the way, the ride you applied with still hasn't arrived. And if it doesn't show up by the time the noon bell rings, you're disqualified. All right?
Hey! What's going on?
That nitwit! What is he doing?
Yeah, brother.
Contestants, are you ready?
What? Last, I say! Wait! Found your behave!
Landrunner? It's quick! Wait, it's headed right for the... It'll crash!
Whoa!
What the heck is that?
Wonderful. So much for a first impression.
What ho? Isn't she a marvel, chums?
You don't! You nearly brought down the cathedral! Have a care, you fool. It was bad enough when Luis did it the first time.
Feckless, shameless old fool.
Not bad, kid. Guess you've got some interesting tricks up your sleeve after all.
Right! I'd call that a full roster. Ladies and gentlemen, race across the land. Go! Prove yourself worthy and earn your crown. For the people, for the throne. Let the games begin!
We must take to the road.
Come on!
Well then.
So fast! Gotta hold on to something or I'll get blown up!
It's incredible!
What are we doing? Like 40 miles per hour on this?
Just a sec.
Well, people noticed us. Like a weird dragon thing.
Can you hear me?
I think that's a compliment. No, let's have some coordinates.
Let's see.
Crash slags. I'd say that'll be 4 days, 3 nights.
Oh.
Spectacular.
Full steam ahead. Okay. So we're gonna pass time this way too? Huh.
This is amazing! I don't know a thing about gauntlet runners, but even I can tell this is a hell of a craft. I can hardly believe she's ours to drive.
You're telling me, lad? Feels like ages since I've been out on the open road. This girl's been waiting long enough for her time to shine.
So this is what you use to talk with the driver? Convenient, that. Look, old fellow, are you really on our side? You realize we don't have funds to pay you.
Money? Ha! I'm not in this for the money, boy. What I want is a little gusto. What do you think, lad? Isn't this a rush?
It is at that. Like riding the wind.
That's the ticket. It's been so long since I've had a good chinwag.
Chinwag?
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing.
You've a good head on your shoulders, boy. Yes, I can tell you're a sharp one. Where to, ladies? The world is our shellfish.
You certainly are a different person behind the wheel.
Hey, Hulkenberg! Can we get an explanation yet?
That man is Neuris. An Ishkia, if 'twas not obvious from the wings. And despite everything, he was heir to a noble house and personal machinist for the royal family.
What?
He's a master engineer, of course, positively peerless. But as you can see, the runners get him a bit excitable.
Underhill? Is this a flashback? Yes.
Nearest? Are you there? I'm coming in.
Flashback where her hair is turned orange.
Even amidst all this commotion in town, I find you buried in your work.
Too much to do.
As always. To business then. I must ask a favor. Would you be able to ready a carriage for me?
No new commissions. No time for them. Ask another right.
It is not a new one I require. Before His Highness disappeared, did you not accept a contract to build him a custom carriage? Without a formal owner, I reasoned that it must now lie unused. I was hoping I might borrow it a short while.
But, pish and tosh, woman. She is for royal use and naught else.
'Tis an unreasonable request, I know. But I'd not be asking without a grave need. Might I at least see it?
I mean...
'Twas specially made for His Highness, yes? Not a work you'd have sold off. Where lies it now?
I've deadlines to meet, dash it! Off with you now! Leave me be!
You've been acting stranger than usual. What ails you?
Whoa!
Good God. Is this a gauntlet runner? The very craft commissioned for His Highness the Prince? Even knowing His Highness was gone, still you toiled away. Oh, Nuras, you are an inspiration. Such nobility of purpose.
Yes. Right.
However, for a craft meant for the royal family, 'tis rather excessive, isn't it? Did you really build this vehicle exactly to their orders? You cannot mean...
Well, at first, certainly. I followed the blueprints exactly. But then His Highness died and... well, I couldn't just let the old girl waste away. A masterpiece like her? Collecting dust in storage? No! Unacceptable! Unthinkable! I'm working toward a dream. And this poor old girl is going to help me see it through.
You imbecile! A lowly, brazen court engineer butchering His Highness's inheritance for a hobby! For this mania! You embezzled the royal treasury and disrespected his legacy!
Mercy, please! Look, take my head if you must, milady, but leave the bally runner alone.
Look, this runner... 'tis fully operational now, is it? Then I suggest you cooperate, for both our sakes. Finish your tinkering by tomorrow and bring it to the Grand Cathedral as soon as you can.
Eh? What's all this now? You play the proud soldier at me and then pluck it for your own schemes?
'Tis no scheme. I would use it for His Highness's sake.
For His Highness, eh? Hold a tick. Haven't you been looking for him? Wandering across God knows where last I heard? So if you're back now and now you want a gauntlet runner for His Highness? Is His Highness still alive? That's it! I've got you, haven't I?
'Twas His Highness who gave you refuge while you were only a heretical scholar condemned by the Sanctists. The time has come to repay His mercy.
Understood.
Well, I guess that works.
Enough. Can this old duck really handle an undercover operation?
I know what you're thinking, but 'tis at least true that he feels an undying debt of gratitude to the royal family.
Pish and tosh, boy. A little faith. Not to brag, but this old duck's craft might be the fastest gauntlet runner in the kingdom. Quite probably the world.
I think. Maybe.
How encouraging.
All I want is to push this runner as far and as fast as she can go. Show her off to the world. And you? Well, I presume you'd rather work together than have to walk.
I don't know about this, but I guess we'll just have to trust him. What do you think?
What do I think? We die together.
I think we can count on him.
No.
If you're sure, I suppose. We'll deal with it if we have to.
Either way,
There's the
he
spirit.
knows the prince is alive, so we can't just leave him to his own devices. We're all in the same boat. Or runner, I guess.
You lot can handle the fighting, and I'll handle all the driving and grease work. Just make sure you've got a proper plan for all this mess now.
This guy's got no filter. But he has a point. We do need to talk strategy.
Crowd energy.
So, summing up. Our first trial is to slay a monster. We take its head as proof, then get it to the goal line before the deadline. The bigger the head, the better. Our destination is Port Brilehaven, the capital of the Western Principality of Oceania. It'd be a trek on foot, but this gauntlet runner should make it a snap.
So getting the bounty's head is our next move. And our target is a nefarious criminal who's been kidnapping and selling off children.
A criminal? Did the task not specify a monster's head?
Don't worry, all part of the plan. We don't need to win this thing. We just need to get Luis's attention. Everyone's going to show up with monster heads, and we shake things up with a felon. A knight-turned-kidnapper at that. Shows them we're there for justice.
But to deliberately violate the rules, we risk being disqualified entirely. Then again, 'tis just as likely to win the people's attention and thereby Luis's. I do understand the intent.
They said a monster's head. We captured a monster.
What do you think of this plan?
I think it's a perfect idea.
Makes sense, doesn't it? The bounty's Heisme, an ex-knight. I realize that's a little close to home, Hulkenberg, so if you'd rather hang back...
No. His title is precisely why I cannot let his atrocities stand. And yet, 'tis strange indeed that we are hunting a mere man when the trial demands a monster. Then again, our true aim is beyond the ambitions of any other aspirant. Our fate rests in this plan of yours, Stroll.
Thank you. I'll try to ensure your trust isn't misplaced.
We'll see if it is. You piece of crap. No.
Righto. Then our course is set. Feel free to use anything in the gauntlet runner. Even got a bathing room if you could use a wash.
Good to know. We can always look around more thoroughly later.
Yes. You needn't tire yourself out before we arrive.
Well, I'm a tinkerer and not much else. All my fighting happens in the old workshop. But I'll take you wherever you're going for your sake and mine. After all, the wilds out there are no berry picnic. Oh no. It's a den of wild beasts and savage scoundrels. And we'll not get past it without days on the road together. So, if you need anything besides a steady hand on the wheel, give me a hoot. Bound to find me in the cockpit or the engine room.
He's certainly an eccentric, but he doesn't seem like a bad person. We'll get used to him, I suppose.
We'll get used to him. There's that positive attitude. Gauntlet Runner has various areas for different activities such as strategy room, lounge, and kitchen. You can also visit Akimia, finding more, interacting with them. Let's visit the engine room first. Take your time and have a look around on your way there. The weird. So like, how does it stay up? Anyway. let me actually check. Afternoon gauntlet. After changing the engine, interact with the cooking table. Okay, that's not immediate.
Incredible!
Hey!
You're real? Damn.
Oh, I'm excited. Hey, look, you can see him. So weird to see. What's that thing? What is that? Oh. I think that's supposed to be the other people, like, flying. Or it's like a weird bird. Not sure. No, it's just supposed to be random monsters, I guess. Weird. I didn't think they would actually let us see it, like, moving. They grow here.
Got it. Got it.
Is there a kitchen? I wonder if you can read stuff like in Persona. They got the little capsule beds. I always wonder if those things are like comfortable. I always feel like I would hit my head when I woke up.
What's this?
Still weird to look at. Oh, there's more. Got like lever for rolling pin thing and interesting. Beanbag chair?
Now, where was I?
I don't think I have anything I need to do here, but...
Ah, how good of you to come. Okay.
Yeah, I don't have a gunner yet. Don't really got much going on here either. Yeah, nothing really to do here right now. I need to unlock the gunner.
Hello?
Call the runner phone.
Spectacular.
Mangling crystals is fused to run. Used to be take your life in your hands when you travel the wilds, then even on the roughest terrain. A bipedal creature, Metal Gear. Hmm. Gauntlet Runner activities. You'll continue toward your destination while spending time on the Gauntlet Runner. Utilize its facilities to obtain items, raise abilities, or do other things you wouldn't be able to do in town. Try using the kitchen, reading books at the bookshelf, or using a washing machine. More activities will become available over time. You can also spend time with your allies, which will help you improve your virtues at the end of the day. It's weird how they make it like a heart. Okay, let's see. We just went to the engine room. After checking the engine room, interact with the cooking table. Okay, so we got recipes. Gauntlet Runner. Enter the pantry for free cooking ingredients. You'll be able to do this every day from this point on, including on days when you aren't traveling. Make sure to check the pantry every single day from this point on. This will all give you unique ingredients you can't get elsewhere, like the Gauntlet Shroom, or give you early access to some ingredients. This guide will not constantly remind you to do this. Gauntlet Runner. Go to the bookshelf and read New World Travel Diary. Choose 1, 3, 1 for maximum points.
What now?
Actually,
Things I've learned since we started traveling there. You matured.
Now we're talking.
what?
So then...
Sweet.
Of course, I want to contribute further. It's whatever you do in the future, I'll have to keep working hard. Teach me more. Everything we've been through recently, I've realized that knowledge is an invaluable asset. I want to keep experiencing new wonders, so let's never stop learning together. Never should stop learning. Always keep learning. So we want a 4. Okay, we got 4. Now, Gauntlet Runner. Interact with the campfire. To get a cooking item, you'll be able to do this every night. You're camped out on your Gauntlet Runner. This will be you give you unique ingredients you won't be able to purchase until very late in the game, so make sure you're checking this every night. You're camped out on the Gauntlet Runner. This guide will not constantly remind you to do this. Interact with the campfire. Go to the bookshelf and read New World. Use 2. Okay, so we can read at night also. So yeah, this seems like it is supposed to be like a shorter Persona, like it's more condensed. Oh no, my screen.
Sinks below the horizon, and the curtain of night falls over the land. Protected within the stalwart hull of the Gauntlet Runner, the party gains a short, peaceful respite.
Respite. Establishing an encampment. Oh, hang on. Why does it do that to me? There we go. At night, the vast wilderness outside town is ensconced in darkness, forcing your way through the unmarked terrain. It's very dangerous, even with a stalwart Gauntlet Runner. Instead of establish a camp somewhere safe, you can resume your travels next morning. At the encampment, you can use any of the facilities on the Gauntlet Runner like usual, but you can also reminisce about your journey with the allies. Give it a try. You can eat these bugs, according to Hockenberg. I wonder why they decided to have all the weird particles everywhere. I mean, it's supposed to be like the magic of their world or whatever, right? Oh, and sorry, I didn't notice your messages. Is that Dee Dee? Or something like that? Either way, hello to you as well. Read book.
What's that?
He stared up at the heavens. There, a sparkle in the azure firmament, caught his eye. The moon at midday? No. Despite its cold, stony glow, this was no moon nor star. There were those who said it was the corpse of an ancient, indomitable dragon. Others said it was a pavilion in the sky. Pavilion. Erected by Empyrean beings?
Yeah?
So he sees a strange light shining in the sky. The way it's written, I feel like this light is meant to be the key to the new world or something. What do you think? It's 2, right? It's 2.
Oh, that's right.
Right?
There's something dreamlike about people who live in the sky, isn't there? Think they have wings? Well, if Dragon Quest is anything to go by, then they usually do have wings.
All right.
And this new world is just fictional, but I'd want to visit if it were a real place. Oh. Okay, yeah, it looks like the books do function like they do in Persona, except I guess you don't have a nice little marker. It just tells you that you didn't finish it yet.
Good morning.
I wonder if Speed Reader is in this. Top of the morning to you, my dear passengers. I trust that sleeping quarters more than exceed your expectations. And there's going to be a number on this runner.
I knew it!
Okay, I mean, that's fine. We just want to get through. And then go beat up some child kidnapper. So is this just more free time now? So let's see. We got the 4 points for imagination from that. Now we have use the toilet on Idle's Day any day ending 5 or 0 to get +1 in your luck stat. You want to do this every single Idle's Day if you want to maximize your skill points. The guide will not constantly remind you. Go to the bookshelf, finish reading New World. Travel Diary, choose 1 for maximum point. Okay. So we have to go to the bathroom. Okay. I've kind of increased my stats more than I probably should for luck. Oh, I guess I can allocate more right now anyway. My endurance kind of sucks. I should probably up my strength a little more now. Actually, before I do that, I should save again just in case. Just in case I make some dumb mistake. Read the book. Let me just double check. Read the book. During a story event, you get that. Okay. Choose 1 for maximum.
What's that?
He continued. As Try passed through the raging sandstorm, at last he came upon a cave, the entrance gaping, like the maws of a beast. The walls of the cave were translucent, revealing the inside to be a gigantic, intricately winding labyrinth, fantastical and akin to a mirage. A giant cave with glass walls in the desert. Sounds otherworldly, but also strangely familiar. Oh, whatever. What's it sound like to you? Sounds pretty.
Sure. Right?
Now then.
Imagination. Why, that's...
Healing of fire's passions must be inflamed. Okay, I was gonna say, it said get 8. You get the other 4 after you're done reading. And now we're gonna get a few more from story.
Coming now into view is the Tree of Prophecy, a resplendent tapestry of color against the backdrop of the bleak desert. One theory is that the tree's roots gorge on the land's magla, and still another is that it gorges on those enraptured by its colorful foliage, as though themselves snared by the bewitching magla surrounding the tree. The gauntlet runner comes to a stop at its base.
Well, that does look interesting. It's not just the leaves, it's just that the whole area has been painted red.
Certainly.
This place calls to mind a picture book I read as a child that told of a great tree located somewhere within the country whose colors shifted to foretell unusual events in times ahead. If your hypothesis is correct, that would make this no more a tree, no sir, but a magical organism that feeds off magla. A matter of scientific research, I must document this discovery.
Hey.
Documentation is the foundation of all good research. Tree of Prophecy drawing.
Hey there.
Hmm. Bianca is the most precious treasure as well. I've been observing her very closely, which is giving me great insight into my own research and flight.
However,
It tints itself blue to herald the arrival of favorable developments. I wonder, manner of anomaly its current color pertains.
All right.
Broaden my wisdom. I can say I like how they visually show you the stats increasing.
Quiet clearing, concealed by boulders, as darkness reclaims the wilderness for itself.
I feel like Persona was a bit more unclear.
To sleep here would be perilous, unless from within the safety of a gauntlet runner. The party, secure in their gauntlet runner, spends the night in peace, hidden from hungry gazes.
Well, thanks for that. Rockden Camp. You know, Rockden Camp? I didn't check the pantry already. I think as long as you do it every day, it seems like it's fine. Seems like you're all good as long as you do it every day. So it's the 25th now. We did the book, we got the 4+ for wisdom for the tree, and now we want to spend time... Choose 3 for max points. Wait, what is the button for... What's the button for people? Man, I keep hitting all the wrong buttons. It's the other guy, right? They want me to talk to the engineer, or pilot here. Maybe he's in engineering. Yeah, I want me to talk to him. So, hang out with him, choose 3. Which is why today I'll be oiling them vital business. I don't know if you actually like get less wisdom points or not, or if they're talking about the points for the Mangala stuff. Unsure. I spent some time in the nearest engine room inspecting every nook and cranny. Gotta learn how it works.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Again, my goal is still to 100% this game. So I'm going to be pausing now and again to check the guide that I'm using to make sure I'm doing optimal actions.
Finally! We're out of the desert!
That looks nice.
Oh wow! I missed all this green!
Why is it so bumpy?
That'd be the change in terrain, lad.
See, you got to let the suspensions get used to hard ground instead of soft sand.
Must be nice to fly everywhere.
What the? Did we just crash?
Of course not. That's
A cannonade.
Oh, huh. No, brother. They're all fighting each other.
My star is rising! Sanctism will reign!
It's them. Remember, from the opening ceremony, I think one of them is Guido, Forden's confidant, and the other is Luis's man, Gladel.
Prominent candidates. Shouldn't the king's magic petrify them for their aggression?
No, see where they're aiming. They're not shooting to kill, just to take out the opposing runner's legs.
Doesn't seem like they're trying to land a fatal shot, just aiming to break the opposing side's gauntlet runner legs.
Wiles with no working runner. Whether they survive or not, they're dashed well out of the race.
So 'tis a clash to halt each other's advance. Damned fools couldn't resist a show of force.
Look! Over by the legs. That crier is there too.
I see. Acting as witness to the higher candidate's conflict. It seems Gladel cannot match Guido's firepower.
What's our plan? If we just hang back and watch, Godot's gonna win. And Forden gets a leg up on the competition.
Uh-huh. Interesting. Huh. Though, what has the church done for us? I kind of agree with Luis on getting rid of the church, so... Yeah, sure.
Give Gladel a hand here. Good thinking. That way we could win Luis's regards.
Agreed. Let us ride to Gladel's aid.
I say, hold on. You realize you're a no-name candidate, eh? If he wants to shut you out, he'll not have to aim for just our legs.
It's a runner, isn't it? If things get too dicey, we'll just run. Didn't you say we had the fastest craft around?
Fine. Suppose there's no room for caution if we want the world's eyes on us.
Okay, that's settled. Let's make sure he owes us big.
There should be an external runner phone out there.
We're here to help. Withdraw, Gladel. Who goes there? Why do you stand for Luis's forces? Well, sorry, can't get into it now. That gauntlet runner. You're that commoner candidate who destroyed the Grand Cathedral. You have profaned the sacred a second time.
Yeah, make them think that we should take the church already.
So be it. In God's name, be thou punished.
Oh, he's just aiming to kill us right away? Okay.
You dare interfere in my fight! Know your place! Is it fame you seek? You thought by confronting me, you might lift your own names? Then you chose the wrong opponent.
I mean, it probably would lift our names.
I hate to interrupt, old egg, but it's a touch more complex than that.
We of the Crown Theocracy's monk army have silenced all who would oppose the eminence of God. Your petty ruses are beneath me. Now you shall know how powerless you truly are.
Remember, the king's magic means we cannot move to strike Godot himself.
Go for his followers first. We'll thin their numbers and turn the tide.
Go, my brethren! Put the fear of God into these impious commoners.
I mean, to be fair, we never attacked him ourselves. The only one who did was Gaius.
Swordmaster! What a mess.
I will fight with come forth, royal soul. Wind! Night!
Oh, great.
Freeze!
Let's do this.
No idea what they're weak to.
What could you hope to achieve?
Well, at least he uses that to do that.
Looks like we can't brute force through this one.
Swordmaster! No, not this.
Man, I just have like nothing good for this, do I?
Let's stay calm.
I keep hitting the wrong buttons too.
Behold my power!
I see you!
Witness me, brethren! Swordmaster!
Let's see what happens if I do this.
Resistance is futile!
Okay. So it just cancels your turn. If you use an all attack, that kind of sucks.
Let's go. Better be sure.
Well,
Useless. Sanctism is supreme.
I feel like I needed a different theme.
More resilient than I expected.
Literally didn't do anything.
I would lose nothing by conceding this fight. But the faithful are watching. For the sake of my dear brethren, I must hold nothing back. Now! Feel the righteous truth of sanctism engraved upon your flesh.
Does this mean he's getting serious?
Rise, my brothers.
Oh,
Only a flesh wound.
This is God. Take this! Oh, you've done it.
Badly wounded. Can anyone heal him?
yeah, Stroll's pretty much not doing anything now. Keep hitting the wrong buttons still. That's not what I wanted to do either.
Are you prepared? Not now.
Does it work on him? Yeah, it works on him at least.
Sanctism will
Oh, they're dead.
Forgive me.
Someone get him back on his feet.
So easily.
Take this. Take this.
Oh, he's still stunned.
At this point, I kind of want to redo the battle.
Stroll got knocked out. Can anyone get him back on his feet?
Okay, so use magic on those ones. I might want to just swap out what I have going on here.
Sanctism will reign.
Captain's hurt. I won't now. Get him some healing.
I seize.
Can you kill me faster?
Sanctism will reign.
I'm sorry, everyone.
I don't know if they'll let me swap out what thing I have equipped, but it seems like bad that way. Let's see.
The power of healing.
In the name of justice.
That should be better.
Don't forget about the petrification magic.
Too easy.
Cease your resistance. Royal soul. Let me help. Thank you.
What could you hope to achieve?
Like the way you thrust, Cloud.
We'll team up.
That's a lot better. That is a lot better.
No, no holding back.
Captain,
Behold my power!
Vida's power. Here. My thanks.
I stand ready. Behold, we stand together.
Perhaps not this.
Oh yeah, I need more of those. Oh well.
I see you.
I can't afford to hold back.
I thought this was neutral on him.
Force through this one.
Oh wait, it's because of the fire damage, that's why.
Not now.
I didn't think about that.
Sanctism is supreme.
Fire damage is neutral to him.
Come at me.
Captain, they've got your defenses down.
What was pass?
We're looking good here.
Know your place.
I'm counting on you.
Let's get rid of that guy.
My power.
Let's get on with it. Something else.
Know your place.
Peasant won't hold back. Maybe not. Vida's power. Let me help.
Let's meet. Is everyone all right? Join with me. With blade in hand.
Actually, did I try that? Yeah, that's Pierce. We didn't try Blunt. Did I try Ice? I didn't try Ice.
Power of heroes.
Oh, they're actually weak guys.
I would for the sake now.
Does this mean he's getting serious?
Rise, my brother.
Okay, we're in a better position now, at least.
Sanctism will reign.
Not great, but better than before. Getting rid of the mage right away helps a lot.
I call upon royal power within. The power of light.
Behold my power.
I'll drop one for us.
Thank you.
Helpful
Just top each other off.
Know your place.
With blade in hand.
In the name of justice.
These two can keep attacking at the very least.
Take this.
Too slow. Dodge,
Brace yourselves.
like poetry in motion.
I'm counting on you.
Allies together.
We'll team up.
Still standing, I see.
Lowering the defense I figured would help. Yeah.
So, the faithful are broken before you, yet your desperate struggling is for naught. You cannot defy the inevitable. I am immune to all your wicked harms.
Oh, he gets to do whatever he wants, and we can't even get near him.
Bend the knee and yield to the divine truth of sanctism. Now, are you prepared for the end?
Ha! I think not, you rotter!
What have you done to my gauntlet runner?
We've nothing to lose. At the very least, I can thrash your old clunker until it's inoperable.
This is a waste of my time. So be it. You'll face your divine punishment soon enough.
Huh?
Phew. Finally, he took the hint.
Hey, get down here.
What is it now? Hey, that girl.
What are you playing at? You think I owe you now or something? I would have been fine without your meddling.
I wanted to help.
I just wanted to help you.
A likely story? Out with it. What's your motive?
Why, Gladell, surely you can spare some manners for a crew that saved our lives? Honestly, that got a bit ugly for my liking.
Well, well, well. Do my eyes deceive me? Juna the songstress in the flesh. What brings you all the way out here? A little tryst on the road?
Nothing so saucy. I'm afraid this cad's just my chauffeur. Now please, darling, a little privacy, or I'll have to charge for an interview.
Fair enough, miss. Fair enough. Nothing you're not used to. Consider me chastened and shoot. Besides, I might have found another angle here that's just as promising.
You surprised me out there, love. You bested Godot. So you're not just a pretty face. You were more help than my useless driver, at least.
Look here. However talented and famed a songstress she may be, you must remember to contain yourselves.
Seems like those two are the only ones.
Songstress? Wait, is she the same Nydia lady who sang at the opening ceremony?
Aye, but that's... oh, blast it all, I can't take it anymore. I'd know the suspensions anywhere. You had Caden workshop on this, eh? Yes, those are quality parts and no mistake. Luis really shells out for his own.
By the crown, you can't be serious! She is Juna, the kingdom's greatest singer, the dulcet diva! Oh, this is preposterous! Surely I can't be the only one starstruck?
You are.
Really? No one else wants to shake her hand? Well, then on behalf of this group, I suppose it falls to me.
I didn't notice the ends of her ears were like fuzzy.
You're an interesting little ensemble. Wait, is that a fairy? A real living one? Where did you...
Hey, up there!
Isn't that Luis?
An airborne gauntlet runner. He's actually finished it.
You already know we can't fight him, so...
Luis.
My lord, Luis. How kind to provide a personal escort.
So that's it. I thought it was strange that a candidate like Gladel got stuck playing someone's driver.
But she was still the Sanctist's pick for the opening ceremonies? Guess even Vorden's camp has to bend to popular opinion.
My humblest apologies, my Lord Luis, for this travesty, especially when you had graced me with the privilege of bearing the lovely Lady Juna.
Glad to see Lady Juna's safe, at least.
That is not the voice I expected for the short one.
I could have crushed that churchman like a bug. And I would have if these insolent fools hadn't.
I'm sure. Sorry, don't much care.
It would seem you had to clean up my associate's mess. I'd like to express my gratitude, but if I might ask, who are you?
I'm just another candidate.
Indeed. Then we are both striving for the throne. One would think you commoners, but for the Lady Knight at your side. And you have a gauntlet runner. Most curious. What made you decide to enter the competition?
Looks like he's more interested than we anticipated. This might be our chance.
I mean... I wonder if it actually matters or not.
Hey,
Oh.
I know you want to...
I want to help you, Count Luis.
They're not gonna let me.
Oh? You fight in mine?
Really now? So, you thought you'd step in for a little self-promotion?
We want to help anyone in need. That's what we believe in.
Anyone? Most interesting. However, my immediate needs are met in terms of sword hands.
Oh, come now. Don't they have a certain charisma to them? Why? I dare say I saw them use magic without igniters.
Please, I know we can help you.
We want nothing more than to see your vision realized, Lord Luis.
You do know what that vision is built on, don't you? If you would claim yourself my ally, then prove your power before all the kingdom's eyes. You can't change the world without power, after all. If you can manage that, I'll consider your proposal.
See you, loves.
Strange.
Don't think this changes anything. Come on, Hector.
Hmm.
It soars like a damn bird. Right then, that could have gone worse. We were lucky we managed to connect with Luis this early.
No thanks to that Glodell. Even should we be accepted, he'll be no ally of ours.
Well, at the very least, Luis knows our faces. All we have to do now is avoid screwing it up.
He wants to see our power, does he? Then let's find Jaime, bring him to justice, and show the nation we're a force to be reckoned with.
Or at least that we don't let people kidnap children. I don't know.
Return to their nests, and the darkness claims its dominion. The Gauntlet Runner at last arrives at its repose, a place grown thick with trees. Are the sounds from between the trees just the leaves being caressed by the wind? Or are they the whispers of the beguiling beings of the dark? The party never has to find out, for they are safe within.
I like how this just keeps going, like, but never mind all that stuff. They're in the Gauntlet Runner, who cares? Like, thank you. Thank you for adding that 2 cents in there.
Oh, damn it, blast!
Did you hear that?
It's over. The end of the road. So ends the life of the genius engineer.
Let's say we go check on him.
Can't figure out how to make it fly? Is that what he's upset about?
Hey, nurse, you okay?
Are we gonna unlock him as a bro?
Oh, you two. Terribly sorry. It's nothing, really.
You seem troubled.
Is there something troubling you?
Ah, well, I suppose you could say that. It's just the runner, you see? She's in top shape, but I wanted to make her peerless. An absolute beauty, you know, top of her class. Something that would make even old Luis's runner look like a bally apple cart. I'd not be floundering so much if I just had a bit of spark.
A spark?
Yes, my girl. A spark of inspiration. A moment of epiphany, like when I saw the lost relic.
Lost relic? Doesn't ring a bell.
Ah, yes, context. They say that long, long ago, there was a civilization so highly advanced it was beyond all modern understanding. Automation ruled the day. People lived surrounded by machinery with no need to work. Legend has it that they lived lives of convenience and comfort. But somehow, that civilization just up and disappeared. God only knows what happened to them.
Probably nuked ourselves.
Sounds kind of far-fetched already.
Hear me out, would you? The point is, once in a stretch, you hear about someone unearthing relics from those days of yore. Absolutely inscrutable to the layman, don't you know? But those in the know would recognize such a prize at a single glance.
Have you ever seen one of these yourself?
Oh, yes. When I was but a young sproglet, there was this loony old inventor in my neighborhood, both quite brilliant and quite daffy, as they often are. That old fellow only showed me his find once, but even seeing it lit a fire in me, like being struck by lightning. After that, it was like a boiling pot. Ideas, ideas, ideas rising to the surface. And my tinkering always came out marvelous. Some proper court engineer-worthy genius. Something about it utterly captured my imagination. The lost relic, I mean.
Wow. You could try getting him to show you again.
If only I could. That old fellow went back to his own hometown. That single solitary glimpse of the past was all I had. The old goat. He told me he'd leave me the relic in his will.
Okay, so where's this guy's hometown?
Oh, some tiny hamlet somewhere on the outskirts of Martira. A village by the name of Camiro or some such.
This one's important.
Nolan Ventures. Huh.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king
Going ever forward.
Isn't that...
Barden writes, sure the sights will be distracting, but let's not keep the man waiting. Let's stare at everything.
Departing the capital and barreling southward, the party's gauntlet runner at last arrives in the old castle town, Martira, where their client Barden awaits. The towering castle's stark walls stare down coldly upon its visitors. The only question now is whether or not this gambit was the right move.
Yes, that'll be a question, will it not?
Tis far more desolate a place than I'd heard.
Not many people out. It's like everyone's afraid of something.
Ah, you're here! I've been hoping you'd show up.
I know it's been a while, but we pledged to help you. We'll not go back on our word.
Glad to hear it. I'm sure Lady Joanna will also be pleased. Oh, your pardon. Lady Joanna rules this city. She's also a most holy sanctoress of the Sanctus Church. She lives there, in Criganti Castle.
I take it the locals are hoping for His Eminence Forden to win the tournament.
Aye, naturally. No sane and righteous man would want Luis on the throne. Speaking of, I heard there was a scuffle on the road between two candidates gauntlet runners. The criers say Forden's allies suffered the worst of it.
Ah, well, that's Luis's camp for you. I assume it was them, I mean. Some nasty characters at his heel, eh?
It's really none of my business.
Aye. Best not to get distracted by this tattle when you've got a mission to attend to. Admirably practical.
Got quite a positive outlook, doesn't he?
Are you sure we can trust these strangers? These bounty boarders are always in it just for the money.
I mean, who cares?
This officer's not on our side just yet.
Dinna be rude, Morris. They've come a long way for our sakes. Now, I'm sure you must be knackered from the journey. Let me show you to an inn. You can try our local speciality, perhaps.
Ah, you've a local delicacy. 'Twould be a welcome treat.
And she likes the simple things, huh?
The old girl needs a bit of maintenance after carrying us so far.
Can't that wait until you've eaten?
Too much at stake, lad. Go on, don't worry, and I'll sort her out. Might well fix the bally waterworks while I'm at it.
Come, everyone. This way.
I like how the steam like shot at us.
Is this some kind of smoked dish?
Roasted larvae of the giant sandworm. It's Martira's culinary speciality.
I wonder if it tastes like shrimp.
Delicate finish, just enough to preserve all the natural juices and flavors of the innards.
Oh, good. Larval innards.
Tis a unique texture, to be sure, but the taste is divine. Exquisite.
You're completely serious, aren't you?
Something the matter? Do try some of your own before it gets cold.
Looks great.
Looks great. What is with that smile? Not you too.
I mean, who cares? It's food.
You fairly eat with gusto, young man. Passion worthy of a royal candidate. How was it? Sometimes the insides can twitch a bit, but it's harmless, I assure you.
No, brother.
Would that I had time to try more of your dishes, but to business. Can you fill us in on the details of all these kidnappings?
Aye. Our wee ones have been going missing for at least 6 months. All told, we're looking at 15 children now unaccounted for.
And do you
That's
think
a lot.
Heismay is your culprit?
I'm told he's a disgraced knight with nowhere else to turn. We've no proof, but the pieces fit. Seems to me that with nothing else to lose, he's gone rogue.
For a man who claimed a knight's honor to stoop to such horrors. 'Tis unacceptable. We must end this quickly, for our sake and his own.
If I recall the brief, it'll be quite a feat to even get near this Heismay. His hideout was in the midst of the Sandworm's territory, yes?
Aye, well remembered. He certainly isn't going to make this easy for us.
Nope.
So, is
Hey, look.
Heismay's hideout way out here? Looks pretty far from Artira. Oh, I smell trouble.
It's your call.
Let's see.
Okay.
Now that you mention it, I have to wonder how we can even survive out there.
We've been chasing any lead we have, but we can't figure it all out. We're in over our heads.
We'll get the job done.
Get this job done.
We're awful grateful to have you. And don't worry, we'll pay you what you're due. After all, nobody else in the royal capital would give it a second glance.
We help anyone in need. That's why we've come this far.
Inspiring words, young man. Now, I hope you're not full yet. We've a whole spread of other dishes for you.
Oh, you're gonna make Heisenberg explode.
Now this is the pride of the town. A fine sweetmeat made from the juvenile sandworm's entrails. You'll find this tastes as sweet as any dessert. Together, I'm sure we can find a way to the stronghold without falling prey to those worms. Now, please, dig in.
I always like how they give her a small little one.
'Tis altogether different from the roast. Why, 'tis succulent as a mellow fruit. Another marvel.
You must have gotten used to eating anything you had to out in the wilds, eh?
I'll schedule a meeting with the Honourable Lady Joanna tomorrow. Please, rest your weary heads for today.
If they are here calling a free meal out of us, that is.
Now, let's go.
Guy not very happy with us.
It's been a while.
Because we're doing their job for him.
Exactly.
Pleasure to see you.
Oh yeah, I forgot. He was like one of those racists, right? Weird facial tattoos.
Got a moment?
All right then.
Okay, they're not letting me go back to the runner right now. Oh, then there's no reason not to just rest. What time am I making, actually? We're about 2-hour mark. We'll at least go for another hour, probably.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Whenever I alt-tab out, it sometimes messes with my screen display. It takes off my blue light filter for whatever reason. So hang on one second. There we go.
Hold on.
Let's hurry.
Okay. Wait, what was the date? 28th. 28th. Nothing but story. Okay, 29th we do stuff again. So we don't have to care about anything here. It's just flavor and fluff over here. I always like how they have the candidate posters.
Hello there.
Now what am I to do? Now what am I to do?
Won't even let me jump off the cliff. What a jerk.
That sounds right.
So we have the merchant candidate there too. I'm just kind of looking if there's any like random items around here. Looks like probably no. Well then, let's go down, I'll skedoodle. So their town is already bigger than I thought it'd be. I feel like I'm doing okay on armor. My weapons feel like they might be lacking a little bit.
Good.
Yeah.
Me just doing this in advance. They got money already, you know? Might as well spend it. Should probably buy more practical items, but... At least one of everything, right? I bought a decent amount of medicine, but... Save money on healing. Well, it's not saving money on healing, it's saving, saving magic. Saving magic, that is the word I meant. There's one here too. Didn't realize they actually got put all over the kingdom. I wonder if we actually visit these places more than once. Maybe we get an airship that goes even faster so we don't even like waste a day. When we want to go do some other stuff.
I've awaited you. Aye.
Let's get this party started, though.
May I present Lady Joanna, Sanctoress and the ruler of this city. These are the ones who have undertaken the request to subjugate Heisme.
I am Joanna, presiding lady of this city. On its behalf, you have my gratitude for traveling all the way from the royal capital.
Lady Joanna refused to use taxes to pay for this, so she sold her own heirlooms and possessions to secure the funds.
It's clear you want only the best for your people, milady. So we'll give you our best in return.
I cannot claim any nobility above yours. Even as other aspirants to the throne quarrel and bicker, you've chosen instead to help the kingdom's people.
Well, we don't deserve that much credit. After all, we're not helping for free.
Even so, please put an end to this tragedy.
I'm just fulfilling my duty as a candidate.
Thank you. In truth, I thought it foolish to decide a monarch by a simple vote of popularity. But perhaps there is something to it. Here is my offer. If you get rid of the culprit, I will appeal to the people of this town to support you. 'Tis most kind, but can you truly afford that? Surely, as a church sanctoress, His Eminence Forden would expect your support. Indeed. However, I would rather have a king who truly cares for his subjects.
That seems like a pretty big burn. Yeah, I am I am part of the church. That's why I'd rather have someone who actually cares.
Yes, lady.
That's kind of like the most rude thing you could say.
I shall await our next meeting.
We're counting on you.
The most rude thing you could say.
'Twas a confident smile indeed, with a great deal of pain behind it.
I know it's but a step in our plan, but truly, I hope we can help these people. She even promised us political support.
She did? Oh, I mean, I can't help but wonder if she'll keep her word on that. It's quite a promise to make when she barely knows us.
Did something seem amiss?
Not in particular. Maybe it's just the gloominess of this place getting to me. So what are we gonna do about Heisme? We'll have to go out in Sandworm territory to find him, right?
The mere fact of his kidnappings suggests he's passing unseen by guards and sandworms alike. The question is, how?
Let's ask around the city a bit first. Though I can't say we'll find many willing to talk with the streets this deserted. Maybe we'll have better luck around the taverns and shops.
We should go.
You think they're gonna do the old switcheroo where Heisman was saving the children from this lady because she was actually like some weird, creepy person?
All good.
Feel like they like to do that kind of stuff, so who knows? Heisman was actually the best person in the world. He gave his taxes, he helped the old and hungry.
Welcome. So, hey.
What'll I do here?
What is it? Right.
Nice.
This intel thing is always so unimportant. Just like a waste of time.
Can hardly think on it. Can hardly. What do you want to know?
Excuse me.
kindly. Here's the real skinny.
All right!
More people. I can hardly think on it.
Hey,
I always hate those things too, where it's like, no, that was the right person to talk to, but because your character can't speak, you had to pay an informant first.
No good.
Not a scrap. I suppose we knew it wouldn't be that simple.
Tis far too early to give up. I spent over a year asking after the prince with no luck. And still I did not falter.
Yes, and it's very admirable. But I think I prefer a change of tack instead.
Hello there. Might you answer a question?
Terribly sorry, but I can't help you. I'm just here on my leisure. You're better off finding the information you're looking for elsewhere.
I guess the people with giant eyes
Character, isn't he?
are that different race, like the pop idol girl.
Hey, you lot. You seriously gonna hunt down Heisme?
You're Barden's man.
Yeah, the guy with the attitude.
Not sure I should tell you this, but here I am. There's actually a way to avoid the giant sandworms. You just gotta wait for the sand flash. It's a local event. A kind of storm. The wind kicks up sand peppered with magic crystals. Not too uncommon a sight round here. Our diviners say we'll have a sand flash in about 5 days. Seems to put most wild beasts to sleep. Might be some magic effect, or might just be waiting out the storm. And that includes the sandworms. Eh? They'll nod off, and with proper timing, you'll sneak right past them. Heisme might well be using the same trick himself.
We're much obliged, but if you know all this, why haven't you and the guard gone out?
A guard unit stomping around would wake up the whole den. Didn't much like saying it, but us local lads wouldn't be much use against Heisme anyway. But you think you can handle him? Aye? Wouldn't be here otherwise.
That information is all we needed. Thanks for the help.
Good luck out there. And don't worry, no charge for the advice, eh? Can't have you getting yourself killed now. Cap's reputation's on the line. And, one more thing. You didn't get this info from me. Aye?
Understood. But why? You could have shared this with us at supper yesterday.
What? And got myself volunteered to go out there as your travel guide? Nay danger of
I
that.
see.
Anyway, I'm counting on you.
I guess that's true.
Finally, a solid lead falls into our laps. And we'll not even have to bother with the sandworms. We've apparently got 5 days till the sandflash hits. Let's make sure we can get this done quick. Looks like more than a day's trip on the map.
If it takes us one night to reach the giant sandworm's territory, and we aim to go when the storm has them all asleep, we should leave in 4 days' time.
Let's go inform nearest.
Righto, straightforward enough. Long as we get in when the worms have all tucked in for a nap, we'll be just dandy. Suppose I'd better crack on with the tune-ups. Don't want the old girl failing on us when she'll be our only hope of egress, eh? Oh, that? Damned if I know. It was just in the blueprints from the royal family. Works rather like an igniter, but no idea what it does. Just don't go breaking... Oh, easy there. You all right, lad? Thought I saw something glowing. Then you came over all giddy, gave me a start. Still can't believe this thing reacted. Look, we don't want any nasty surprises, so I vote we stay put and rest up for today. Just in case. Don't want you passing out on me, do I? Just consider it a little precaution for the trip.
Okay.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Ever marching forward. Okay, we're on the 29th now, so now we can do things again. Buy 3 mellow milk. Okay, there's a lot of things to do. Now I might actually end after the day starts.
Your journey is going well, it seems. One by one, you take your steps forward on this road. A supernatural awakening, a call to adventure, legs to carry you. All of these are coming together. Accordingly, new powers needed for the journey seem to have awakened.
Are you talking about that thing inside the Gauntlet Runner?
By my eyes report, there is one piece of equipment in the Gauntlet Runner that was created in ancient times. Something no longer crafted in this day and age. A divine relic. It contains ancient magic once thought lost. The power of teleportation. With proper use, its great power will turn your Gauntlet Runner swifter than any beast or transport on land. Most interesting. The reasons elude me, but you seem qualified to use this divine relic. I cannot imagine this is mere coincidence. Perhaps you are guided by an unknown hand.
Perhaps I'm guided by something more.
Now, try to imagine. Vivid, familiar scenery. Somewhere far from the land where you rest.
What's going on here?
What's with all the yelling? Wait, isn't this...
What? The royal capital? How? We were in Martira just last night.
Eurus, surely you didn't drive us back here.
Are you mad? Don't you remember how many days the last trip took? You can't dash and well pop over to the capital in a single night.
What? So this is some magic you saw in a dream?
So this teleportation, it can just whisk us all back to the royal capital in a flash. Even the Gauntlet Runner came along for the ride.
It certainly did. And there might be a reason for that.
Do you know something?
She was custom made for the prince. When I wasn't there in the concept phase, when they gave me an odd gadget and said, make it work, I bloody well made it work. You saw it yourself, eh, my lad? That part all bound up in its heart. Last night, we caught it glowing. Then I wake up and find a proper hullabaloo. Damnedest thing. It only started glowing when you got close, eh? Maybe you were a trigger of some kind.
Yeah.
Maybe I am.
I cannot say I've heard of teleportation, and yet... surely there can be no explanation for this other than magic.
Hold on. If we're back in the capital, that means we've got bigger problems. We're due back in Martira for the bounty. If it takes us days to get back, that's all our planning ruined.
If we magicked ourselves over here, let's bally well see if we can magic ourselves back, eh?
He makes it sound so easy, but what do you think?
'Tis no small feat we ask, I know, but might you at least try?
Hang on, important things first.
Oh, come on.
No time to be pooping. Sad day. Okay. A little story done. I do still want to do more, but I also want to make sure I eat dinner and all that stuff. So I think for now, I will end here. Let me actually look really quick. Well, you know what? It says that... looks like we're supposed to just teleport back right away anyway. I might as well do that first.
Where to?
that really is the key to triggering it.
Oh, hey, are you sure this is safe?
All we can do is trust it.
It's Martira. They really are back.
I can't believe it. It feels just like when the king's magic caused that spectacle in the capital.
In my eyes, it's the other way around. It's not powerful by virtue of being connected to the king or to the lad. Maybe it's that all magic is supposed to have potential of this magnitude. You've all got some powers that defy understanding too, eh? Gives one the sense that those sanctists preaching about needing igniters are wrong or lying outright.
I suppose when you say it like that.
Speaking of sanctism, well, not like this. A tool full of this kind of practical, unorthodox magic is against all their teachings. Why would the royals have had it?
Because it's nice.
With this teleportation on our side, can we travel anywhere in the world with only a thought? If that's so, we may not even need a gauntlet runner at all.
What? You mean we could just magic snap ourselves to Brylehaven? Just like that?
Go on, try it out.
No reaction.
So we can't go somewhere we've never been before. Anywhere else you've been? How about Montario?
No. Commoners don't usually visit the 3 great cities.
Twould seem this power of travel is somewhat conditional. Best that we define its boundaries now.
I like how they all just try it right away.
So, in the end, the only places we can teleport to are the cities we've actually been to.
Well, thank you very much. Almost had me out of a job there, lad.
Sounds like you've got to envision the destination in great detail for it to work. We'll need more than a glance out a window or a passing familiarity. And you have to focus for it too. Seems to take you a moment, which means it won't save us in a fight.
Not as convenient as it sounds, huh?
How so? Now we can return to the royal capital any time we need to restock. 'Tis useful enough as is, and the more places we travel, the more we can return to.
You're right. And now we can drop by to see Maria whenever we like. Put like that, it really is something impressive.
Even if we've no idea where it comes from, it should certainly prove useful.
Our next foe is a bounty, and we have a lot of preparing to do. We've got 3 days to go, so don't forget.
And let's wait it out.
That's
so.
Okay. So yeah, on my little thing over here.
Oh, my apologies. You're all right there. That's a relief. Well, I'll be off now.
Hey, you sure you want to let that fellow get? He nicked something of yours just now when he bumped into you.
Oh no! Griez's dagger is missing. Let's chase after him.
Huh. I like how we're acting like we don't know that, guys.
Anywhere. Jeez, how'd he disappear so fast? Come on.
No. Oh?
Either a bad swindler or suffer from delusion of the grandeur.
Have you ever heard of Malvino's ring? Rumors say it's a cursed treasure that kills anyone who wears it. I happen to know of a certain noble who wants it, and I'd love for him to owe me a favor.
So you want us to get it for you? That's more of a hassle than getting the dagger back ourselves!
Then by all means do it yourselves. Yes, these swords are terribly crafty, but it's not impossible. Probably.
The way you talk almost feels like you've been in on this from the beginning.
Good one. We just happen to be in the same boat, so why not lend each other a hand?
All in the same boat, huh?
Well, the choice is yours. If I recall correctly, you're a candidate in the tournament for the throne, aren't you?
So you know us.
Information is a powerful weapon, you see. Considering what I know about you, I'm offering you a good deal here. Mark my words. Once your dagger's sold off, it will be incredibly difficult to track down. But leave it to me, and I'll get it back before that. Of course, I'm no miracle worker, and the clock's ticking, so do make up your mind.
Fine. We'll hear you out. For now. The ring you mentioned, where's it located?
At a grave not too far from here. A day's trip in your runner, I'd wager. Word is there's monsters knocking about out there. Hence my request to the lad with the sword at his side. It's not all bad, though. You'll find good weapons, armor, and other golden things aplenty there.
I do recall hearing something about soldiers who died in the Annex War being buried with their equipment.
I assure you, it's well worth the trip.
We have to go through with this to get the dagger back. I'm having a hard time dealing with him, so I'll let you take over from...
Your fairy friend doesn't seem to like me very much. What say you, though?
Hopefully I find your ring amongst the treasure.
Thank you for making such a prompt decision. Call me Cuculus. The ring should be in the abandoned tomb. I'll thank you properly when you return with it.
This one's important.
I implore you.
We'll face danger here.
I'll be waiting.
More places.
I'm out of ideas. Take a look.
What?
Good hunting to you. Don't go get yourself.
There we go.
Yeah. Hey.
Good hunting.
Let's do it.
Okay, more side quests. Doing great. You're getting this places all
And right there's a labyrinth. All right.
all further away.
Oh, what a lot, dude.
10, keep a great number of courier pigeons.
Why did they say?
Leave it to me.
I'd so.
Let's give it a shot.
Where is this one? There we go.
Whoa, that reminds me.
Yeah, I mean, that would kill two birds with one stone at least.
More people missing.
I guess for now, just run around, see if there's any other exclamation points here. Make sure there's nothing in the corners. I think there's supposed to be a golden beetle around here too. I just figure kill like 30 minutes by doing this really quick. Get my 3 hours in. And hopefully...
Come to think.
hopefully find whatever I need. Goat horse? Horse goat? Cow horse goat? That looks like it goes out of the place.
Hey, listen.
Excuse me?
Rock beans and fragrant spice.
Can we talk?
Thank you, Excuse me?
Can we talk?
Hey, mister.
Do I need any of this? Meats, blah blah blah. It doesn't say if I need this one or not. See a kid. I might have to go somewhere else for the beetle.
Wouldn't last a second if I got kidnapped. What'll I do here?
Chicken. Just a chicken. Yeah, I'll probably have to look at this to figure out where this gold beetle is. But we have a few quests. I think I need to pick up something else maybe, but not sure. Either way, it seems like we have a little time before next story stuff. Let me actually just check. Okay, it looks like on the 3rd is when story starts again. So we need to do everything we can before then. So I might do some of that stuff off stream. But beside that, it seems like we're good. So anyway, that killed a few more minutes at least, but for anyone who popped in, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll try and stream this again at some point here. Time has been a bit all over the place. I have some finals coming up, so not sure how those will go or not, but then I'll have some winter classes that'll be pretty quick. They're like a month long, so might be focusing on those very much. We'll see how they go. But yeah, until then, catch you later. Johnny.